Hello, good evening. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Nada St. Germain, and I was introduced to Neolife over 31 years ago. I was tired, I was stressed, I had allergies, digestive trouble, joint pain. I was working as a police officer in the city and just feeling really tired all the time. I really struggled with shift work. And my mom was not feeling well. She was in her 40s at the time, and she really struggled with a lot of aches and pains and trouble sleeping and bowel issues, and later was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. But it was interesting because my mom was taking supplements and was not getting any results. So I really didn't have a lot of faith in the area of supplementation. But I have to say that a neighbor was very persistent and asked me if we would give them a try because she knew the challenges I was having, and she was a flight attendant and she was struggling with fatigue as well, and also depression. And that's why I decided to give the products a try. I said to my mom, let's just learn about this, see what they can do for us and see what will happen. So grateful I said yes 31 years ago. I feel younger today in my 50s than I did in my 30s. And it's been an amazing journey over the last 31 years. So what I'm going to help you understand this evening is, it's not just about supplementation. It's about making some changes in your life as well. And that's really important. Supplementation is just to help fill the gap that's missing in your food and missing in our diet. And that's what I want to share with you here this evening. Oops, wait a second. There we go. So again, the three keys to optimal health is diet, weight management, and physical activity. So what areas in any of these three areas do you feel that you need improvement with? Is it your diet? Do you feel like you could lose an extra 5 or 10 or 15 pounds or more? Are you active? And I always tell or ask people, like, what do you like to do? What exercise do you like to do? Find what you like to do and just do that often. Okay. It doesn't have to be heavy running and heavy weightlifting. It could be even just walking on a daily basis. So really look at these areas in your life, and also your diet. You're only as healthy as what you're eating, right? So the reality is 75% of chronic diseases are preventable. Okay, so you've got to look at your diet. What are you putting into your body on a daily basis? And the Canadian Food Guide back in 2019 made some amazing changes where, they shared how half of your plate should be those dark colored fruits and vegetables. And, some of your plates should be your healthy lean proteins, a little bit of whole grain, and water should be your drink of choice. Okay. When you look at this plate, I think a lot of people are more heavy in the carbs and processed foods. So this is what we should be doing every single day to maintain a healthy lifestyle. But what's interesting is that whole grain department. This is what drew me to the company over 30 years ago. I thought I was eating healthy by eating whole grains, because grains are really important. In a global study that was done in over 190 countries that came out of Lancet, they actually made a very powerful find that it's what we aren't eating that's actually killing us. And this was a global study. The whole grains, low fruit, nuts and seeds, low omega-3, and low vegetables. Big challenge when you look at all of these nutrients. But one thing that I found most interesting was the whole grains. Our grains today are no longer whole. So even if we're eating some of these whole grains, they're not the same grains that were around over 70 years ago. Our grains are milled and processed. They used to grind the wheat to make the flour, make the breads, and the breads only had a day shelf life. Now, how long do our breads and our pastas and our cereals last? Right? Weeks for breads, cereals, years, and pasta forever. And it's because they mill out and they remove the critical oils from the grain. This is what I discovered when I first looked at Neolife was the main factor as to why I had really bad PMS and the fatigue. Our grains today, again, they mill out all the essential oils, the precious germ, 22 important nutrients, and what's left is your white starch, your flour, your protein, which is your gluten. Again, this is for mass production, and this is what people are consuming every single day. So we are no longer getting these essential fats. They're good fats that have been milled out of our food. Our grains are no longer whole. And so I just want to share that this is the first product that I was introduced to 31 years ago called TreaNN. And this is what opened my eyes to even the concept of supplementing, because I thought I was eating a healthy diet, but I didn't understand why I was struggling with these health challenges. Well, TreaNN was the first product that Neolife launched back in 1958, and it contains those critical oils from these grains that are not genetically modified, your whole wheat, your brown rice, and your soybeans. So these are the nutrients that help to fill those nutritional gaps in your diet. And again, when I started taking these, what a difference in my energy. So TreaNN are the lipids and sterols from whole grain, less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal. And it was developed from a hospital research study that was done in the 50s. And it was proven to help with cellular energy and efficiency. You're only as healthy as your cells. Nutrition begins at the cellular level. If you don't have these oils in your diet, the cell membrane is hard and sticky. Nutrients can't get in and waste can't get out. If your cells are healthy, nutrients can get in and waste can get out. So TreaNN, these are the critical oils that I started taking 31 years ago that changed my life. It just made everything else work better in my diet, better absorption, better nutrient utilization. One of these capsules is, oh my goodness, to eat the amount of food over 550 calories as opposed to 8.3 calories in one capsule. So again, you'd have to eat a lot of non-rancid whole seeds, grains, and nuts to get these essential oils in your diet. This is just one area where supplementation is really, really important to fill those nutritional gaps. But when you're looking at supplementation, this is one thing that I was kind of afraid of, because I didn't understand, what was out there. And back then, even over 30 years ago, there were so many companies out there that were getting in trouble. They were finding hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. They were finding things in products that shouldn't be there. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I thought, why should I trust Neolife? Who is Neolife? What is this company all about? Well, the further I looked and the deeper I researched, oh my gosh, they've been around since 1958. Established in over 50 countries, a pioneer in the industry. They have a respected scientific research team that are involved in developing and manufacturing the products, and they only use non-GMO ingredients, which was really important for me because I wanted to make sure that I was supplementing with nutrients that were from food, but good quality foods as well. And our team of scientists and doctors, they work together as a team. They don't just endorse the product. And Dr. Arthur First was our founding member of our scientific advisory board, one of the top cancer researchers and top toxicologists in the world. And he really believed that food and diet plays a really big role in how we age, how we prevent disease, but he knew there was a big gap and we need to supplement some of these critical nutrients because, again, our food choices aren't always the greatest. And with the milling and processing, it's a huge, huge challenge. Also, one thing that you need to look at when you're looking at supplementation are the studies. Some companies publish their own findings, but it's important to have studies that are published by third party. And Neolife has several third party peer-reviewed studies have been published, and that's really important to back up and support the science behind the Neolife products. So I talked a little bit about TreaNN, which is the first ingredient or product that's in this amazing box of Pro Vitality. The reason why I'm so grateful for this pack, because TreaNN is definitely the foundation, but there's other key nutrients that we're just not getting enough in our diet. So by supplementing with this little pack, again, helps to fill those nutritional gaps. And I'm going to have my partner in crime, Shelley Sheridan, join us just to share a little further on how these nutrients in this pack also help to fill some of the nutritional deficiencies in our diet. Shelley, welcome.
Thanks, Nada. And I will say that learning about those grain oils was huge for me because I had been teaching all about health and nutrition for over 30 years, and it's not in the curriculum. And it just blew my mind that that wasn't in our foods. So I was so pleased to be able to learn about that and to know the science behind it. And then when we look at the Canada Food Guide and look at the other areas that it's really hard for us to fill, it's nice to know that we have some options here to get those fruits and vegetables. So that's the second one, the black one. It's called carotenoid complex, and it's amazing to boost our immune system. And the third one is the omega-3. And that one was for me because I had joint pain and I was active my whole life. I had surgery in my 20s, didn't want it again in my 40s. Tried some of these products, and within a month, the pain was gone. Within a year, when I added the salmon oil, because it's an anti-inflammatory, I no longer wore my braces, and I haven't 13 years later. So these are really, really critical to make sure that you're taking. And the reason that these worked over other ones that I had tried for 2 years is that they have all 8 of the omega-3s. And the other thing that I really liked is that we don't want toxins in our bodies, and that's a huge concern when we eat fish, because the one with Neolife, we test for over 200 contaminants with a 0 tolerance, because we don't want those toxins in our cells. And this part here with the clinical trials reduces inflammation 68% in 8 weeks. And that's why I didn't have to have my surgery, got my inflammation down. The other thing that these omegas help with is your cardiovascular health, the inflammatory balance, like I had mentioned, brain and central nervous system function, behavioral health and learning, immune health and healing, eye health and vision, maintaining flexible joints, and cognitive health and aging. And that's something that everybody should be thinking about as well. And because they were so pure, they were endorsed by the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists to give to pregnant moms for their babies and for themselves. It helps to prevent postpartum depression. It's important for the baby's development. So this is really crucial because a lot of doctors are saying to pregnant moms, don't eat fish because of the toxins, but we know that it's important for their health and the baby's health. The other reason why it's really important to make sure that our inflammation is down throughout our whole body, it's not just the sore elbow or the sore knee, it's throughout our whole body, is because inflammation is the root cause of so many other chronic diseases. Your cancer, your cardiovascular diseases, Alzheimer's, your neurological diseases, arthritis, autoimmune diseases, diabetes 2, pulmonary diseases. So we really want to make sure we get that inflammation down. And the omega-3 from Neolife will do that. And it is also clinically proven, I love the science behind it, to reduce triglycerides by 17%. So this is all cardio protection, as well as improve the omega-3, which is anti-inflammatory, and the omega-6, which is inflammatory. It helps that ratio by 43%. And once again, lowers that inflammatory index. And I actually saw that on my dad's blood work when he was taking the products. Watch that index number go down. That second one that I had mentioned about the fruits and vegetables, this is the carotenoid complex. You can see it actually says carrot right in the name. And it is important to protect our cells. And it boosts our immune system when you take 3 a day, 37% in 20 days. That also has been proven by science. So important these days just to have our body as strong as it can be for our immune system. So taking 1 a day for 30 days in this pack gives us 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables in every box. You'd have to eat a lot of fruit to get that. So it's really nice to be able to fill the gap. We want to eat the fruits and vegetables, as Nada was saying, look at our diet, but this is a great way to fill the gap. And everything is published again in journals and backed by science. And the last one is the essential vitamin and mineral complex. There are 21 micronutrients that we have to get from food because our body can't make it. And it is in that supplement. And it also has the phytoenzymes for easy digestion. So this is a really power pack full of nutrition for our bodies for sure, as a multi plus extras. So that's it, the Pro Vitality with the pack, 30 of them in that box. Just amazing to fill that nutrition gap.
Thanks, Shelley. And then we have our kids, right, Shelley? I know you being a retired teacher and me having kids that have grown. Oh my gosh, you know, if kids don't eat properly, it's a real challenge. And when your kids are sick, it's a challenge in the household. And it's a huge challenge to feed our kids. And I find they're just so picky. And if they're watching television, they get all those lovely commercial ads where they're, trying to get them to eat all these lovely sugar cereals all the time. And, so I was so grateful that my kids grew up on the Neolife products. The Liquivite is the liquid version for the babies. It has those antioxidants that you talked about, those carotenoids, and even has those lipids and sterols from the whole grain, your vitamins and minerals. And then once they start to be able to chew and they get their teeth coming in, they can chew the Vita Squares and the Vita Guard. Fantastic for their immune system. And then there's a salmon oil. I have some moms where their kids actually chew it. You can squeeze it in different things, and just a great way to help them with their brain function and ADD and ADHD and things like that. And then the protein shake. Oh my gosh, it was a lifesaver for me and my kids and growing up, because breakfast sometimes is a challenge and it's hard to get a good quality protein in the morning for breakfast. And I have to say that my kids are now 22 and 24. They've never been on antibiotics. And by being on these products, it just helped to give them a stronger immune system. And I'm not saying they never got sick, but they never got to a point where, I had to put them on antibiotics. Just give them some more good nutrition, vitamin C. They were able to fight things off so much faster because their immune system being so strong. So a good foundation for kids, just fantastic. There's nothing artificial in any of our products, and including our children products. So just an amazing program. And that protein shake, when you add the protein to the Vitality Pack, for adults, we call this a breakfast pack. And protein is such an important nutrient to start your day and start your morning. Most people don't start their morning with a good quality protein. It's either nothing or coffee or usually carbohydrates. I know in my police days, it was just, coffee and a muffin or coffee and a bagel. So a lot of carbohydrates. I didn't understand that those carbohydrates caused my blood sugar to crash, which gave me that feeling of tiredness. And blood sugar, so important, hormonal balance, and just a great way to start your day. And I have not gone a day in 31 years without a Neolife shake. They taste absolutely fantastic, completely natural. Has all 22 amino acids, 18 grams of protein, fiber, glycemic control response. So getting that blood sugar regulated is key to get your blood sugar in that fat burning zone, in the control zone, and very important for mental health and for focusing and concentrating. It is a complete meal replacement, has all your vitamins and minerals as well, and whole food antioxidants. And I know, Shelley, when you were working as a teacher, I remember chatting with you about when you're driving home from work, how this was kind of one of your go-to when your blood sugar was crashing.
Absolutely. I had real struggles with sugars, and I was a sugar addict actually, and my sugar levels were kind of all over the place. And by the afternoon, I was feeling low energy and just, oh my goodness, I need something to give me a little bit of a boost. And on bad days, I would swing in some place and pick up something that was a sugary treat. And once I started getting these shakes, and I would leave one in my car, and I would just add the water, and I would shake it up, and I would drink it on the way home, and it just balanced me right out, and I was good to go. Helped with my focus, just balanced my sugars, and just, it was amazing. So that's my go-to now. Even now, I've been retired 6 years, and I still do that. When I know I'm going to be on the go, I have it in my car and ready to go should I need something.
And what's nice too, Shelley, there's nothing artificial. There's no high fructose corn syrup, no preservatives, no gluten, no saturated fats. It's 90% lactose free. And again, no GMO ingredients, and does taste fantastic. Like, I love putting frozen blueberries or frozen raspberries and strawberries and make it really fancy in my blender. Or some days I just shake it in a shaker cup and out the door I go. So it just depends on the time factor, but they both taste absolutely fantastic. And clinically proven benefits, for weight loss, for reducing the body mass index, and cardioprotective, and it just getting your blood sugar regulated is the key. So important to get that body regulated. And you can use it to replace 2 meals. For people that have, if you have 40, 50 pounds or more to lose, you can replace 2 meals, have it for breakfast and lunch, have mini snacks. in between, and a healthy dinner at the end of the day. The reason why I really enjoy this program, and a lot of my customers love it, because it doesn't interfere with their family meal time at the end of the day. They don't have to prepare a special meal. So they're eating healthy all together at dinner. So just a great balance, and the success we've had. I mean, this is Gabriella. And you know what? There's many weight loss programs out there with success stories where people lose weight. But the key thing is do they keep it off? And when you look at Gabby, even 5 years later, right? She's kept that weight off. She's maintained her weight, because it is a lifestyle change. It's a matter of making some dietary changes, getting the right foods into your body, eating the right foods on a regular basis. And even Carlos, when he lost all of his weight, no saggy skin, he no longer had any arthritic pain. He was a diabetic, was able to come off all his medication. So it really changed his life, and the quality of life is the key. And then we've just launched a vegan version for those of you that are looking for something a little more plant-based. It tastes great. I love the vegan shakes. I have added that to my regime. Again, for those of you that are looking for something a little more plant-based, you don't have to be vegan to take this product, but just another option as well. And they've included it in our breakfast pack as well. I would like to actually call Joan Poon. I know you've had great success for many years using the Neolife products. If you'd like to share your story, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Nada. Yeah, my name is Joan Poon. I live in Mississauga. I'm a retired registered nurse. When I was introduced to Neolife 27 years ago, I had just finished treatments for breast cancer, and I was looking for something to boost my energy level and my immune system. And that's when I met my sponsor, Mary Ellen Vandenbrink, who shared Neolife with me. We were at a jewelry party, and she was sharing her son David's asthma testimonial. I figured if the products could help him with his asthma, maybe they'll help me. And so I went to a presentation similar to what you're seeing today, and it made so much sense. And I was really drawn to the science, because as a registered nurse, our practice had to be evidence-based. And so I started right away on some of the products, equivalent to the Provitality, and I did start on the shake too. And within a few weeks, I felt a huge difference in my energy level. I used to go to bed tired, wake up tired. And I thought it was because I had turned 40 at the time, and I thought it was the 12-hour shifts I was doing. But I realized it wasn't any of those things, because I feel better today in my mid 60s than I did in my 30s. And so some of the other benefits that I had were my allergies went away. I had severe allergies in spring and fall. And over the years, when my immune system got stronger, and I detoxed a bit from the chemo, I found that I didn't have those allergies anymore. So I'm so grateful for these products, and I'm proud to say I'm a 30-year breast cancer thriver. And thank you for allowing me to share my story, Nada.
Thank you so much, Joan. I've been watching you age gracefully over the years, and that's the power of nutrition, the power of just good quality supplements, and again, making some dietary changes. And then we have Sarina, who is hasn't been around as long as we have, but she has a powerful testimonial as well. I'd like to share her story. Sarina.
Hi, sure. Yes, my name is Sarina, and I live in Shelburne, Ontario, and I am a dental hygienist. And a few years back, my son and I used some of the Neolife products, and we used them for about a year. And then life just got in the way. We moved and we got away from them. But about 4 years ago, I was really struggling with my health. And I had a lot of fatigue, very low energy, brain fog, was gaining some weight, and just not feeling myself at all. And so I had gone to my doctor, and he did some tests. I had been diagnosed pre-diabetic, so I was very concerned that maybe I was going down that road, as well as my mom diagnosed with hypothyroidism. So I was concerned, oh, maybe could it be that? Anyway, all my tests came back, and they were all okay. They were all positive. And so I was really thankful for that. But I just still wasn't feeling fine. And I didn't want to think that I was going to have to, carry on just feeling, so blah all the time. And I thought, what am I going to do? There's got to be something that can help. And it just kind of one day just kind of came to me. Neo Life, I remember we used those products, and I remember there was a lot of science, and they were pure and they were safe. And so I looked up Nada's number and gave her a call, and got back on the products. And within a very short period of time, first thing I noticed was my brain fog was starting to clear. And within a month, my energy was coming back. And within a few months, the weight was going down. And just overall, a year and a half later now, I feel fantastic. And I shared with my own family, who was having some of their own health issues, and they've had amazing results as well. So incredibly thankful for what Neolife has done for all of us.
Thank you so much, Sarina. I know the products that have impacted your kids and your husband's health in so many ways. So excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we've talked about just some of the foundation, the foundational program, which is our breakfast pack, the vitality pack, the Neo Life shake. But I have to say that one of my other favorites that I've added, I know Shelley, this is one of your favorites, is the full motion, great for joint pain. Really helps with regenerating and rebuilding the cartilage. I had a lot of struggle with my knees and my fingers and my wrists, because I played a lot of volleyball and basketball growing up. And this product really had an impact in my life and my mom. And then some of us had digestive trouble. And I know, Joan, that was something that played a role in your immune system and your recovery, especially after being on chemo and developing allergies. And for myself, allergies, I didn't realize that my gut had a relationship to digestion, to allergies and immune function. So there's other products that we have as well to help in many other areas of health. But again, we focused on just the energy and hormonal balance and that breakfast pack. But if you have any other questions, please reach out to the person that invited you, and we can always cover some of the other products that we have to offer. But for those of you that are just looking at this for the first time, you're thinking, how do I get a hold of that breakfast pack? Well, what's really cool about our wellness club, it's free to join. And as soon as you join our wellness club, you automatically get a 15% discount, which is a member price. When you go on NeoShip, you get wholesale price, which is 25% off. And what that means is, for example, that breakfast pack or the vitality pack is a month's supply. So you do it once a day, it lasts a month. So if you have it coming every month, you get wholesale price, but there's no obligation, no fees, and no penalties. And that's when you can earn your shipping back. I know my customers love being able to get all their money they spent on shipping. The company gives it back to them in loyalty points, and then they can spend it on other product. So just a great way to get your shipping back. And we also have an amazing referral program that if you refer 3, you get your health pack free every single month. So many of my customers are getting their breakfast pack or their vitality pack free just by sharing. And that can happen anytime down the road. I find it's hard for people not to share these products once they start feeling better and noticing a difference. There's also fitness challenges and weight loss challenges. For those of you that are looking at, belonging to a group where to be accountable, to achieve your fitness goal, to achieve your weight loss goal, there's a great community that you can join to help you along your fitness or weight loss journey as well. So these are the health packs. We have a vitality pack, the breakfast pack, and that is definitely the best seller. And then we have what we call a weight loss pack, or the shape up pack. That's if you're doing 2 shakes a day, and that'll give you a month's supply if you're looking at losing weight a little more aggressively. And then again, we also have our vegan option in that breakfast pack now in Canada, which we're so excited about this as well. So again, if you refer 3, you get your health pack free. There's a group, a Facebook group it's called the Neo Life Healthy Living Community. We have almost 10,000 members that are in this group now, where they share their personal testimonials and stories on how the products have impacted their life. So if you're curious and just like to check it out a little bit, there's some science, there's some great videos in there, but the personal stories and the testimonials are what really drew me to the company, and so excited to share this information with you. So we can invite you to this group. And then there's one more option. If you or someone really enjoys helping others, I have to say that I was so grateful to be a part of this community. I really enjoyed my police career early in my beginning years, but then I realized it wasn't something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wanted to do something where I really had a purpose, and I wanted time freedom. And because the products have impacted my life and my family, it was easy to look at this as a business because the products worked. And that was really important for me. So if you're curious about that piece, just ask the person who invited you to take a look. And we're going to actually share the business opportunity at the end after we're done with the product portion, and answer some of the questions you may have as well. If you're curious a little bit more about the businesses, just for 5 minutes, we're going to share about that at the very end of the presentation as well. So what I get to do now is share with you how you can get started in using the products, getting them at a discount. Or again, if you're curious about the business, join us a little later on when we're done here with the questions and answers. If you want to learn more just about nutrition, the products, every Thursday we have a special product event. And this Thursday we're talking specifically on hormones, PMS, menopause, and how to balance and regulate your hormones. And men have hormones too, so we usually get men on as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. So every Thursday is a specific topic. And if you, for some reason, cannot make the event live, all of our events are recorded, and they're put in a YouTube link where you can go back and listen and learn some more. If you're curious about any other topic, just reach out to us and we can share that link with you as well. So I do want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. I will be stopping the recording and opening up to questions. And then those of you that want to stick around for the 5-minute portion for the business, just stick around and we can help you explain the business opportunity as well. So I'm going to pause the recording now. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. There we go. All right, so we shared a little bit about these powerful products and the impact that they've had in many of our lives. And what about the business? What about generating a little extra income or having something for your future? This is something that you can do part-time. It doesn't interfere with what you're presently doing. But one thing I want to share with you is a little bit about Neolife as a company. They're on a mission to make the world a healthier and happier place. They've been around since 1958. We're 63 years old. And I have to say that, being in 50 countries around the world, at first, I wasn't even thinking of building international business. I just wanted my little business in my little town and, sharing the products with people, not understanding that my business could expand in other countries. And it's gone international just by word of mouth. So you can build an international business without going to some of these incredible countries. But one thing, the values. Values are really, really important. Absolute integrity. People are number one. Products that work. If people didn't come back every single month because of the results they got in the products, it's hard to build that residual income. And that's what I found quite interesting. I have people from 31 years ago that have never stopped using the Neolife products. That's pretty powerful. Equal opportunity for all, right? I didn't have a nutrition background. I didn't have a university degree. I didn't have a business degree. I didn't know if I could do this business, but it was so easy because the company's there to support you every step of the way. And the long range vision. When I got involved with the company and I realized that my police career was something that I didn't want to do for the rest of my life, I was so grateful that this company had been so stable and had been in business for so long. And I did my business very part-time while I was still working full-time. And eventually I was able to leave my police career, start a family, and it's the time freedom that I was so excited and grateful to have. And my husband was able to leave his police career as well and be a stay-at-home dad. That's the power of this business and duplication and people getting results coming back month after month. So the 3 daily success habits. So what do you have to do? Well, you have to use some of the products, right? How do you share and how do you get people interested in taking a look? When you get results, that's the key. Share the products and share the opportunity. And then also personal development. I could not do presentations. I couldn't get in front of a group of people. I didn't know how to do business trainings, but it was something that I learned as I continued to share and build my Neolife business part-time. So we're there to help you and support you every step of the way. So what does this look like? What does an extra $1,000 a month look like? Sometimes an extra $1,000 a month can be an incredible part-time income coming in for people, especially if they're working full-time and they can use just a little extra cash flow. Well, this is what $1,000 a month or more income looks like. You simply refer 3 club members and help them get their health packs free. So you find 3 customers and help them. Then you help 3 promoters do the same, so business partners. And when you start to build this kind of model, this is when you can start generating around $15,000 a year part-time. Okay, I think that is a great part-time income to be coming in. And then when you simply develop 5 directors, which is this kind of model in your team, you can start earning a 6-figure income. Okay, and we have many doing this. Again, this is one of the reasons why I was able to leave my police career by duplicating this model and helping others achieve their goals and their dreams. Can I pick on you, Sarina, just for like a minute? We talked earlier, and Sarina's a dental hygienist, and you heard her product testimonial, but now her journey transitioned to the business. Just quickly share why you've decided to build this Neolife business.
Well, sure. I mean, initially, I thought it would be great just to get do the 3 for free, because I had my family and myself all using the products. So the 3 for free, I thought would definitely be helpful. And then when we all started having amazing results, I wanted to share with my family and friends, because I wanted to be able to help them. And I always wanted to be a nurse, actually, from when I was a little girl. So this was kind of my way of being able to help others. And I have been, like Nada said, I've been a dental hygienist for 30 years now, and I don't have a pension. And, I hope to retire within the next couple of years. But with the way that things are going, and the prices and inflation and cost of living, how much savings is really enough? Nobody really knows, right? So this business just kind of came upon me. I never dreamt in a million years that I would be part of a business. Sales just wasn't me, but sharing and caring is. And so it just became very easy. And so here I am about a year later, and I'm working towards those retirement years are coming sooner all the time. So it's great.
That's great. And you're generating a great part-time income and getting your products for free. And now you're helping others achieve their goals as well. So thank you so much for sharing. Really appreciate that. And where can you start a business for as little as $98 in Canada or $75 in the US to join our cause, to end the trend as a promoter? And when you do join, you get a free bottle of that Tran End grain concentrate. Those essential oils that from the grain, they give it to you for free in this business kit. So the value to do the business, I tell you, there's no fear of losing anything. Okay, so it's a great start. And again, we work together as a team. You don't do this by yourself. The online training, the support. We just had a business training before this call tonight, just to give you the tools to help you build your business every step of the way. So we work together as a team, and that's really important as well. And if you want to know more about the business, there's another Facebook group that we can invite you to. It's called The Ideal Business. And this is where people share their business testimonials and help them just hear more stories that you can learn a little bit more, and just a great Facebook group. So again, this is something that we can invite you to as well. So I want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. I want to thank you for all of you who shared your stories tonight. And I will stop the recording again. So thank you again. And I'll open it up to questions if you have questions about the business. So thank you all.